Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video is going to be Battle of the Powders. For today's video I'm so excited because I wanted to do something short and simple, which is powder, which can be a little tricky, especially if you have, well, any kind of skin can be kind of tricky, but I'm super tricky because I have very dry, sensitive skin. So powder can tend to accentuate any texture that I might have in my face, and this video is perfect because I have a bunch of texture on my face, so this is perfect. So I did a little bit of research in terms of the powders and whatnot, because in this video I'm going to be testing the Hourglass Veil Translucent Veil Powder, and then on the other hand I'm going to track the MAC Mineralize Skinfinish Natural Powder, and this one's a pressed powder, and we all know that the Hourglass Veil Powder is a loose powder. So I first wanted to kind of inform myself on what was the difference, since I'm going to be literally measuring two different in types of consistency products on my face. So when I read a little, it pretty much said that pressed is more for coverage, mattify, and also to cover up more things, even out the skin tone if anything was missed throughout foundation. You can also use this as your base, as foundation, or use it with your foundation as well. When it comes to loose powders, this is more to set, or if you want to contour, you want to bake and stuff like that. It's to keep it more natural, you want to set your makeup, but you want it to look more natural and more skin finish look. That's kind of what the gist of both powders are. Now, when I look for powders, I want them to give me really natural looking skin. I hate when my skin looks very dry, or when it looks very set down. You can tell when there's powder on top of the skin. I don't like that. I like when powders sink in my skin and it looks like my skin looks like skin. It doesn't look like it has a pile of makeup on. So that's pretty much what I look for in a powder, specifically when I'm trying to set my makeup, because I want it to last longer. I try to set it so that it does the job, but not so much that it, mattifies my skin. I like my skin to look very nice and light, and also not dewy but bright in terms I don't like it to look fully matte even though I set it. So now that we looked into loose and pressed powder, I want to talk to you a little bit of both products. So I did a little research. I have my websites here. Okay, so the overview says that it's a slow-baked powder with a MAC multi-mineral complex that provides a natural dimensional finish. That's fine, I love natural. It says a luxurious, slow-baked, domed face powder with low-level pearlized pigments that provide a dimensional yet natural finish. Can be used to set foundations and to touch up makeup throughout the day. And yeah, it has vitamin E. Claims and benefits are perfect for contouring face, for a wide variety of skin tones, whatever. On the other hand, we have the Hourglass Veil Translucent Powder. So this one's the loose powder. It's an ultra-refined loose powder designed to give skin a naturally flawless looking finish. What else would I need to know? This is finely milled, weightless powder. It's formulated with a soft, focused, light reflecting particles that blur the look of imperfections and minimize the appearance of pores and wrinkles for effortlessly smooth skin. Now, I have tried both powders. I am really pleased with both powders. My only concern with the Hourglass one is that it's 46 bucks. The full size is 46 bucks. Now, I have a sample here that I got through a purchase at Sephora, and obviously it's lasted me a long ass time, but I don't think I'd buy the full price because it's 46 bucks. And the MAC one is, I want to say, it's 36 bucks, so it's $10 less. The MAC one brings 10 grams. The Hourglass brings 10.5 grams. Okay, it brings 0.5 grams more, but it's $10 more. Now, I'm still in the looks for something cheaper, way cheaper than the 36 bucks. But in terms of this, I wanted to see which one would do best, especially with a MAC being 10 bucks less. I'm always trying to save some money when it comes to makeup and see what can work as high-end but cheaper for my wallet. So if you want to see how both of these products work on my dry texture skin, then just watching. Okay guys, we're about to get close and personal because this is as close as the camera lens focuses on. You can see literally all of my texture in my beautiful face across both sides, so I feel like we have a lot of ground to play with. So I'm gonna try on this side the MAC and on this side the Hourglass. I'm gonna start with the MAC. I'm actually gonna put this underneath my eye as well. I wanna see how both of these perform against each other. Now, I'm really pleased with both. I just wanna see how they both perform against each other. Now I'm gonna put this underneath my eye. I wanna see how that looks. as you can see, it obviously lost a little bit of dewiness compared to this side that's completely untouched, but it's not matte. Like, it looks bright, and it's not like, it's not cakey. It doesn't reflect, like, it doesn't highlight my under eye lines. Like, this is something that I'm really okay with. I'm using, by the way, the Tarte Creases concealer, which is a beautiful concealer. I tested it on, yeah, my past battle of the concealers, and it's really good. So I wanted to test it with powder. What better way, you know? Testing this, I already know that I love it, and with powder, pretty good. I'm even gonna apply a little bit more, and it's like, it's set, but it's not like super matte. It's still bright. Now that I applied it a little more, it's a little more matte, but it's nothing like that lost the sheeniness to it. You know, I still look alive, which is something that I really, really like. So I'm gonna actually take another brush. That's what my face looks like after the powder. Again, it's set, but it's not like, it didn't lose the brightness. It doesn't also accentuate my pores. I feel like they literally look the same. If anything, this smoothed out a little more my skin. If you can see, like, if you can tell, like, here there's a little like texture of the pores, and here's a little more smooth out. See, now on my nose I can tell a little bit, it's a little bit like grabbed onto the pores, but here is completely smooth. My under eyes look perfect. So like, I have no complaints whatsoever. If anything, it's grabbing a little to my smile lines, but I mean, the foundation is already, as you can tell. Here I am in love with this powder. Like, I cannot say nice enough things about this powder. I really, really like it. Let me see how this looks on my forehead. I'm gonna put a little bit. Yeah, definitely. I feel like it does perform as it says. Like, it truly looks like skin. It doesn't feel like there's powder on top of it. If anything, it like kills the oiliness, the dewiness of the foundation, but it does not take off the brightness and the aliveness that the foundation gives me. This is skin with nothing, no powder, and this is skin with powder. It looks really, really natural, really nice. I really like it. Can't say enough nice things about this. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the Hourglass Veil powder. I'm actually, I'm gonna drop a little. This is something that I also don't like. I have to put it here. It's messy. With the pressed powder, I don't have to think about the messiness of putting it on. So I'm going to take, again, the under eye brush. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this powder underneath my eyes. I honestly feel like they look the same, like straight up the same. If you guys can see my under eyes, I mean, you comment down below what you think. I think they look the same in one cost $10 less. I don't want to say this is a complete dupe, but like, you know, I feel that at least for my under eyes that are very dry, very sensitive to powder touch, I feel like they look the same. Now I'm gonna try my face, which is something like more, like a bigger space that you can, you know, judge. This is what this side of the face looks with powder. Again, I find that they smooth out the same when it comes to pores and texture. I do have a little more texture here, so I can't really fight them against each other. But in terms of pores, I think they look the same. I think they're doing the same job, and I didn't want to judge it. When it comes to how my skin looks, it looks, again, like it still has the liveliness of the dewy, but it's not dewy anymore. Like, it's set down, but it looks generally the same. Like, it looks like I have the same powder. Like, I'm literally looking at it from like the huge mirror that magnifies everything, and it looks the same. Like, my skin looks the same. I'm gonna actually put this a little bit on my forehead. Now, what I do like about the Hourglass is that I feel like you can pile this on and it will never ever look cakey. That's something that I really, really like about this powder. But I feel like for the price, I feel like they do the same thing. Now that I'm even looking at it, I feel like this side with the Hourglass might look a little more with light than the rest of my skin. But I don't feel like it's anything overwhelming. Like, if I were to go out and choose a powder, I wouldn't be like, oh my god, the Hourglass might be better than the MAC one, and I need to look best. You know what I mean? Like, if I were to choose the best product, I don't think I'd have like something to measure it against. Like, I hope you can see the skin of my forehead. Like, everything looks very much of the same. I don't see any difference in terms of how my skin looks. It looks the same aliveness. Okay guys, so there's not much to say. I feel like we already have a solid winner. I mean, you can see my face from afar. looks the same up close from afar. I feel like they do both have the same functionality. I feel like they both work the same. Now, I will say that the MAC one is my favorite in terms of price, and not only price, but like it's just easier to work with. Like I can take this wherever I want. I can open it up. I don't have to really care for what I do. I can just like, you know, brush it in, put it in my purse again. Not that I tend to do that, but for anyone who would want to do that, like I just feel like it's way easier to work with. Like the Hourglass, I would have to, you know, like open it up, be careful. Like it's something that every single time that I use loose powder, I have to be careful because I'm gonna make a mess out of all of the powder. Now, I do love the Hourglass, don't get me wrong. Like this is a really hard, like when in terms of functionality, like it's really hard to pick a winner because they both work really well. I feel like my skin looks just as bright and alive as like either or side, like either way. But yeah, in terms of ease of use and like, you know, reality of price and usage, I feel like this is a solid winner, you know, like it's just easier, it's cheaper, and you know, my wallet likes a cheap product. I mean, it's not cheap, but definitely like cheaper than the Hourglass. I hope you guys found this video insightful and, you know, kind of like formative in terms of what kind of powder to buy. If you're in the look of a powder, either or, it's a good choice. I'm just thinking of price and you know, functionality. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like me to try or compare any other product, then you just have to comment it down below and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.